Hello, ladies and gents. Romie Reviews here. Sorry, that was rude. Please like, comment, subscribe. This is my review for The Passage, Season 1, Episode 3. And yes, just another update. So I will be recording a new video, ASMR video tonight, which means that tomorrow it'll be up by 12. And I'm excited. It's going to be a roleplay video. It's going to be a lot of fun. So remember to subscribe to my new channel, Romie Whispers ASMR. And let's jump into this episode. It starts off with a time lapse. We're going backwards 7 months. We're still at Project Noah, the site. The only thing is that we're dealing with... Remember, we wanted to know some more background on some of the characters. So Babcock. What's her name? Shauna. So Shauna... This is her coming on to Project Noah. And we see that some of the guards are being rough with her and actually trying to rape her. I said, what the? No. So thankfully, she has an ally. So Agent Richards, well, I guess we can call him Clark. Clark comes, saves the day, knocks out the guy who did it, and then he talks to her. They just have a real conversation. So there was already that kind of bond. They find out, oh, okay, he's from Philadelphia. She's from Vegas. And they have this light banter. They're even talking about the weather. She asked, hey, is this going to hurt? Whatever they're going to do to me? He says no. But he doesn't really know what's going on. Or he does, and he's just trying to be nice. Now we see Amy is there. Brad is there. They've made it. The only issue is, will they make it? If you know what I mean. Now, the crew is going over what happened. Why did Shauna go and attack and kill this guy? And the other guy who was there, who was actually like the nice one, but he's really nervous. I'm trying to find his name. But anyway, you know who I'm talking about. He goes and says that other guy was a douche. That guy was a douche, so it makes sense what happened to him. Not saying that was right, but it makes sense what happened to him. Some of the other scientists don't feel that way. They're like, oh, this is just a fluke. It's like, oh, so she's doing that type of thinking. She's remembering. I'm thinking, they're not idiots. They were once human. Hello. Come on now. But as of now, they're just going to pretend like, okay, that was a fluke. They're not even going to go and do tests on her. They're going to go and torture her and then kill her. Some type of mess like that. Amy is throwing a fit. Amy's throwing a fit because she's like, who are these people? I don't know them. Bring Brad. And it works. So Dr. Nicole, and I feel like it does help that she's a black woman because remember, Amy's mom died. She's like, oh, okay, she's black. She's a woman. Maybe I can't trust her, but maybe I can, use my childish wiles to go and have my cuteness, have them do what I want them to do. And she was right. They're going to go and find Brad and tell Brad, you can come in with a stipulation. Don't you dare try to break her out or try to break out. He goes, gives the, but that's what he's going to do. That's what he's going to do. Clark is back at Shauna's, holding cell. And throughout the entire episode, this is Shauna's moment because she keeps using her abilities to show what happened to her. And part of me felt like, did this really happen? But then the other part of me felt like it probably did. I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt because of how bad it was. We see Fanning going and psychologically talking to her and saying, you know what you're going to have to do. You know what you're going to have to do if you don't want to, if you want to make it through this time. But anyway, getting back to Brad and Amy. Brad and Amy are, again, they meet up with Major Nicole. So Nicole is going to administer the shot that's going to change Amy forever. They just don't know how it's going to change her. As soon as Amy gets the shot, not Brad. What was it? Fannin? I believe it was. He's just like, oh, we have a new subject. And oh, this one's different. He just looks like a bona fide creep. Like a complete creep. Back to Shauna. Shauna, let's make this shake a little bit less, can't we? Shauna, her whole thing is she wanted to do makeup and costume for like movies and theater and TV shows. That was her goal and her aspiration. But she was also a party girl. She was a party girl, and her friends went to this party. This guy tried to go and like take advantage of her friends. So she took a bottle, broke it, slashed the guy. The guy got into a fight with another guy. They were able to get out of there, and she even stole some money. So now we flash forward and we see that Brad and Amy have this plan. He already told her previously that she needs to remember everything. Remember the sounds. Remember the steps. How many steps to this place? How many steps to that place? Anything that she can get to get an advantage. Like she even saw the nurse come, and when the nurse left, well, before the nurse left, Brad took something, and Amy also saw half of the passcode. They're doing what they need to do. And Brad's just like, look, I'm going to have your back. You look a little tired. Go to sleep. When she went to sleep, woke up. Well, actually, he woke up first and woke her up inadvertently because someone was hovering over her. And it was the guy who was a part of maintenance who saw his colleague get killed. So it was really creepy. It was really creepy. I definitely got some pedo moments from that, but I didn't feel like that was the real case. He was in a trance because he's been getting visited by Fanning directly, and so he knows that Fanning wants her. So Brad was told by him, you need to watch out because Fanning wants her. And if Fanning wants her, he's going to get her. You need to take her out of here. You need to do it now. Do it now. When the guards came to take Fanning back into his back into the room, he went and stole their ID cards. I'm thinking, someone's going to figure this out. Come on now. Now we see more of Shauna's story. We see her mom, who actually looks pretty young herself. And her mom is just like, look, you need to chill out. You need to stop this behavior. And Fanning said, no, I'm doing this to get money so that I can go. She said, you never. And I said, what type of mother is this? She told her daughter, you never follow through. You're just going to go and abandon this plan like you do everything else. I said, what type of mother? That's how I knew she was toxic to begin with. We see Shauna put the money away. And then we see her stepfather, her mom's boyfriend, longtime boyfriend, whatever you want to call it. He seems like he's a drunk and possibly a degenerate. And I knew as soon as I saw him that he did something to her sexually. And he was trying to go into her room, and she said, no, that's not happening. He said something about her underwear. She said, no, you better not ever say anything like that to me ever again. And I realized that it's Clark who keeps having these visions of Amy's past. And Clark isn't telling Nicole that. And Nicole's like, look, do you think that we can be together in a normal relationship once all of this is over? He doesn't give her an answer because how could he? He's still trying to process what's going on right now. Then we see Brad meeting again. And I see the word again. He meets again. Let's see, what's the guy's name? He meets Anthony. So he meets Anthony again because Anthony was one of the people that he took out of the prison and said, I want to give you another option. Remember, all those people are in there are because of him and Clark. And Anthony said everything's cool. He feels good. But then as soon as Brad asked about, well, do you know Fanning? He was like, huh? You know, Fanning may be after Amy. I was like, what? I just know it's not good. And then as soon as I saw Anthony look at Amy, I said, oh, they're going to create a bond. I could see it. I could see it instantly. Amy was bored, so she went and she wrote on a piece of paper, and she passed it underneath their doors because they all live right next to each other. And he, wrote something back on crayon on the paper, and Amy said, okay, I have a friend. I have a potential ally. Amy is so smart. Amy's so smart. So smart. Period. Now we see Leela. Leela is Brad's ex. Leela decides that she wants to go and take it upon herself to figure out, hey, what's going on. So she keeps calling all the jails that house the different inmates, and one by one they keep hanging up on her, except for when she calls the one regarding Shauna. And the woman says, wait, what's the story? You're saying that they said those inmates died mysteriously? No. Shauna at least, was taken by 2 guards. And so that's when it started to click for Lisa. I'm sorry, for Leela. Now, we see Clark, he's talking to Brad. And Brad's whole thing is that at one point we were cool. I understand we're not on the same side anymore, but at one point we were cool. So be straight with me. What's really going on here? What's really going on? That's all I want to know. That's all I want to know. Because if I can know that, then we'll be good. We will be good. We'll be great. We'll be gravy. What's up? Come on. Clark isn't going to tell him because Clark knows that he can't tell him, because then Brad would really do whatever it took to get Amy out of there. Now, Dr. Jonas, he goes and talks to that guy, the janitorial guy, and he tells him again about how the janitorial guy tells him, hey, I'm still having those dreams, and it's only getting worse, and Fanning, he seems to be mobilizing. So Leela is doing her own mobilizing. She's going after this woman who I guess is a reporter or something, and she's trying to get her to research this story. So she gives her the name of a contact that she has at the jail, and if it checks out, then maybe they can look into what people are doing at this jail. Not at this jail, at this Project Noah. Brad takes it upon himself to go snooping, and he runs into that same janitor guy, and he knocks him out. Remember, he took something off the cart. He used it to sedate the guy. But he needed the guy to get in, so he used the guy's iris, because there's an iris scanner. He knows the code. He has the guard badge, and he gets all the way in. He sees Fanning. He's looked shocked, as we would, because Fanning looks excited, like, ooh, new prey. And that's when Dr. Jonas tells him, we need to talk. He turns off the cameras because he knew this would happen. I think he figured that it'd be better if Brad just figured this out on his own, so that he could see that, look, Amy is already a part of this, so you have 2 options. You can make sure that she's okay, or not be a part of this at all. Brad's just thrown off because he sees that every person he brought in is now a part of the testing, and he's freaking out a little bit. And just like what we thought, we were correct. We were all correct. Guess who's still alive? Guess who's still alive? They ain't gon' God Almighty. Guess who's still alive? Lacey. Brad's military instructor, trainer, she's still alive, and she's working with Leela. They're hiding Lacey out right now, and here's the thing. Lacey's such a boss because, remember, she got shot, and she wants to feel the pain. I said, that's a queen right there. That type of pain. So Sarah Thompson calls Leela and says that, hey, your story has a lot of holes in it, but I feel like it's something that she could work with. I feel like Sarah might die. I'm just saying, I don't know if Sarah's going to last for too long. Especially, IMB needs to, the fact that they already put how many episodes people are in, or maybe it's just a projected number, but come on now. I basically know when each person's going to die. Anyway, they're gonna move Shauna because they have to. It's part of the plan. Now we see the flashback again. Shauna comes home. She was probably planning to go and skip town, but Shauna's money's gone, and Shauna was freaking out because her money was gone. So then she went and confronted, I guess we can call her stepdaddy, and he was just like, oh, well, I need to use it for some things. I said, what things? Prostitutes? Drugs? Like, what things? And she was crying and looking at her mom like, Mom, really? You're just going to allow him to do that? Well, you weren't going to do anything good with it anyway. And he did? He did. Okay. To make matters worse, poor little Shauna told her mother that old dude was raping her from age, what was it? Age, I need to get the age right. From age 8 to 16, she was being raped by Danny. And when she finally tells her mom goes and says, oh, is he, Shauna? And then she has the nerve to say, well, essentially, why didn't you do anything to stop it? Well, you liked it, didn't you? Her mother knew, I won't say the entire time, but her mother knew and did nothing and said nothing. And it's trash. Complete and utter trash. Garbage. And so then Shauna did what she needed to do. Shauna stabbed her. And then she went and stabbed him. And now I completely understand. Now that's not the way to handle things, but she's a victim. And she went from being a victim to a survivor. Even if it wasn't in a positive way, it happened. I'm not mad at her. I'm surely not. And once, remember, she's showing these visions to Clark. So the plan was to daylight her. She was sedated. She got put in this holding tank, and they were hitting her with sunlight because she's a vampire, but we're not saying the word vampire. And he stopped it because I think he realized, okay, there's a bigger story here. Maybe we need to protect these people. And the good thing is that I think he's being used. I think I don't know if that was just a test or not, but she definitely did all of that on purpose. Brad lied to Amy and said, there's no monsters under the bed, go to sleep. Yeah, because the monsters are in your head. Because Brad fell asleep, and then guess who he got introduced to? Fanning. So that's it. Please like, comment, subscribe. Like I said, this show has potential. I'll see you next week.